Hey guys, welcome back to Heroes of the Storm, and just like in the previous video, we are doing the second part of the Cho'Gall videos, where my buddy AlphaMed707 is here with me, going to be able to, help me out with this, where now we've swapped, where he's going to be Cho, and I'm going to be Gall. Now, an interesting thing is, in the shop, it said that Cho was medium and Gall is easy in terms of the difficulty. I think that maybe has to do with the fact that Gall has no control over the movement of where they're going to go, other than a certain mount ability called Hurry Up You Oaf. But, description's the same. So skins are the same, so don't really have to go into that. It's a little faster here, so... His abilities, as I said, are more assassin damage based, because he is a ranged assassin. He has Shadow Flame, which deals 147 damage to enemies in an area. Dread Orb, which throws a bomb that will bounce 3 times and deals 148 damage to 6 enemies. Runic Blast, which is the detonation abilities, whereas Cho threw the bomb. This is what detonates it. Gall is the one that has control over that. His 2 heroics, one is Shadow Bolt Volley. After 1 second, unleash 20 Shadow Bolts over 4 seconds, each dealing 103 damage to the first target hit. The bolts fire towards your mouse, so that ability is very, can be a little bit hard to manage, where you got to make sure that you're pointing in the right direction right when you activate it. And if, let's say, you're trying to turn it to pursue an enemy, it's going to be a little slow in that regard, trying to keep up with your mouse cursor. But if you have it pointed in the right direction right away, it's going to do quite a bit of damage. And the other is Twisting Nether, which is okay. It's got a 100-second cooldown. Nearby enemies are slowed by 50% while you channel, up to 5 seconds, and activates to deal 415 damage. I've seen, some use it. I've tried it myself, but I think Shadow Bolt Volley is pretty much the one everyone usually likes to go with. So Gall's talent tree is a little different from Cho's. His 1 talents are pretty good. You can either go with Spurred Onward, which damaging heroes reduces the Hurry Up Oaf cooldown, which is for myself. So if Cho needs to get away, but he can't mount because he's getting attacked or something, or if we need to chase someone, then I can use this Hurry Up Oaf ability so we can be able to sprint a bit. There's Shove, which is an activation ability, which I can nudge him a small distance in the direction I choose, but I'm not really sure if I would want to do that. And then there's Eye of Kilrog, which I've seen some use, which is basically a vision ability. But I like the idea of making it where Hurry Up Oaf can be activated a little faster. The 4 abilities, Bombs Away increases the range for the Rune Bomb, which is what I've seen others like to use, and I kind of like to do that myself, so that way we can be able to make our range for that ability a little farther away. At 7, I usually like to go with Edge of Madness, increases Shadow Flame's damage to nearby enemies, because that ability has a 3-second cooldown, so the more you can use that, the more damage you're going to deal. It's pretty nice. And then 10, I would go with Shadow Bolt Volley. At 13, I've seen different ones, but I also have seen that Rising Dread can be pretty nice, that with each bounce, it builds up even more damage. It does 25% more damage on the second bounce, and 75% more damage on the third bounce. So if, let's say, you got an enemy where the third bounce is going to be, it can deal a lot of damage. At 16, I like to go with Giant Scorcher, which increases Shadow Flame's damage to 3% of a hero's maximum health, which is pretty nice. And then at 20, sometimes I'm not, it's a flip-flop for me, because I either like to go with Shadow Fury, which makes it where the volley pierces, or if, let's say, we sometimes have been getting killed during the match, Psiotic Break is a pretty nice passive ability, where it increases my ability damage for the rest of the match by 5%, which is pretty nice. But if we die, the cooldown of my heroic abilities reset, and I can continue to use abilities in that area for 10 seconds. So it's almost like Uther's spirit trait, where he's around for a little bit. And it kind of reminds me of the old Uther, where only now Uther is all he can do is heal. Whereas back in the days of the beta, I remember Uther's spirit form after he died. He could use his abilities, he could attack, he could use his ultimate. It was pretty nice. So that's what this reminds me of. So I think I would like to go with Psychotic Break, because it also raises all my ability damage by 5% for the rest of the match. So, you ready to go, Alpha? Alright, we're going to once again go up against AI here. And we're going to be swapping. Another cool thing about, you know, when you can either determine what skin you're going to wear, and you can determine what mount you're going to carry with you. It's pretty funny, because if you look under mounts for Cho'Gall, it lets you be able to choose the different mounts that you have available in your inventory, and which ones you want to carry. So it doesn't have to be just the generic horse. It can be any of the other special mounts that you have. Oh yeah, that one, the pony, yeah. The little rainbow pony, yeah, that was pretty funny. Alright, so this time we have Kael'thas, Zul, and Stitches. Tomb of the Spider Queen, which I think is a pretty good map for Cho'Gall. I do remember one time when I was experimenting with Stitches, I went with a slam build because I saw that we had Cho'Gall, so I knew he would be the tank of our team, so I didn't really want to focus on being a tank for Stitches, so I went with a damage build with that slam ability, and he was a pretty nice complement to Cho'Gall, and we ended up winning that match, so... Yeah, the slam build is actually pretty effective for Stitches because they buffed it in a recent patch to make it where it did a lot more damage, like over 250 damage or something. So if you just focus on building that, it can be pretty nice because it adds the Vile Toxin, so it poisons your enemies. It can add a slow, it can widen the range. So it can be pretty effective on certain maps against certain enemies. So Stitches now can, if you build him that way, he, you know, I actually led in hero damage in that match, so he can actually be a leading hero damage dealer. Yeah, that Vile Gas can be pretty effective. And of course, then there's the infamous Gorge. You know, I've seen that used in those videos you've probably seen where, you know, he gorges them and he takes them behind the gate, and then the fort finishes them off. Yeah. I've even seen that done to Cho'Gall. Which is hilarious, because in the description it says he can't use it on massive heroes. Who is more massive than Cho'Gall?
4, 3, 2.
And look at our name now. It's been switched. Now it's Alpeaks.
See them all, heroes.
Yeah. Of course, that image right there is just hilarious. Cho'Gall riding a very tiny pony. How can that pony somehow be carrying Cho'Gall like that? So as I mentioned, I have no control over the movement, so I press the L button, which has me do the camera follow. I just got a warning for not participating, possibly being AFK. That's kind of funny. I hadn't touched the keyboard for a few seconds. Hello, Falstad. Boom. So Gall has a bit more of camera management, because obviously if we're moving away and Cho throws out the bomb, I gotta keep my eye on where the bomb is so I can know when to detonate it. What I love about being Gall is that no matter how my teammate is moving, I can still be able to get my abilities off.
The prey has fallen.
So even if we're running one direction or not, I can still be able to get my Shadow Flame or Dread Orb even while he's mounted and running. Which is pretty nice to be able to keep constantly dealing damage.
Bombs out.
Alright, so at level 4, I'm going to go with Bombs Away so we can increase the range of the Runic Bomb ability. And as you can see, Shadow Flame 3-second cooldown, Orb has a 6-second cooldown. And you can see that one of the things about the Dread Orb ability is that when I can change how far it will bounce or how close it will bounce and in what direction. So if, let's say, someone is trying to get far away, I can make it where it bounces a far distance to, like, try and get someone who's beyond their gate, which is pretty nice to be able to get people like, let's say that hammer right there, I can be able to have it bounce right where hammer is sitting. So that way we don't have to be right near where hammer is. It's pretty effective. And of course you just saw how much damage we can deal because we took so much of, you know, we dealt so much damage to Falstad. He was dead so quickly. Of course, there's Hammer right there, able to hit him with the bomb. Now the Orb just bounce all the way to that mounted gun over there. He's able to hit Hammer right there. Yeah!
Good kill. Bombs out.
It's alright.
Bombs away.
Alright, so level 7, I'm gonna go with Edge of Madness to make where Shadow Flame can be more effective. And there, see, we were able to get Leoric there because of the increased range. Of course, Leoric's pretty tanky, but you know, we have the edge when it comes to the damage dealing. And so close. Yeah, the Shadow Flame got him there.
Bombs out.
Oh! Yeah, good thinking. We gotta go back to mid and defend against this. Yep.
Bombs out.
I know there are people that still complain about how overpowered Zool is. Yeah. They keep going, when are the next nerfs coming? He's actually usually, you know with the bans in Hero League now, obviously Ling is definitely one of those who's constantly banned. But I've seen Zool sometimes be the first one banned instead. Yep. Alright, we can use my volley because they're just right there. Oh. So Alpha went with the Evil to try and draw them towards us, so that way we can make sure we get them in a little spot to deal more damage. It's a pretty nice ability for if you're going up against people like, let's say, a Nova or a Vala who like to stay away, that you can just bring them right to you and just, you know, try and deal a lot of damage to them. I've seen that done on people like Nova a lot. So there, see, Hammer was almost where the third bounce was, so if you're able to somehow direct and time that bounce ability really nice. It can just be so effective and deal so much damage. Yes. Oh, the Orc's so close. Hurry up, Oaf.
The gems are mine. My power shall aid you.
So I don't think Gall is strong enough to, at this point, solo a boss on his own, like let's say a Gazla would be with his solo boss build that I like to use. But let's just say he's pretty effective when it comes to helping out his team get camps, even the boss. Not sure if it's Gazlo good, but still pretty good. Alright, so at 13, gonna go with Rising Dread to increase the damage with each bounce of Dread Orb. There we go. Got Falstad there. Ah! It was Hammer. I do like that it now shows in that patch that it shows what it was that killed you. So that way you can know. Yeah, because there were times like I would thought I got away and then all of a sudden I died and I went, what killed me? So then now I can finally know what it was that killed me. Whether it's poison or something. Yeah. Yeah, so that time it was a Sergeant Hammer basic ability. Yeah, certain maps, Hammer is definitely the one that gets banned. Like Infernal Shrines. Oh, let's go Stasis ability, nice. So AI putting up a pretty good fight here. Yeah, there we go. The bomb got him that time. Hurry up, you wolf. I love the name of that ability.
Bombs away!
There's so many things about Cho'Gall that are just hilarious. Oh, yeah. Range of Shadow Flame, just really nice. Giant Scorcher, which now deals even more damage to enemy heroes, and now Volley, because they're all right there in a line. Of course, our Zul helped out with his skeletal mages that time, helping slow them down. Of course, the bounces with Dread Orb can, the second, third bounce can deal a ton of damage to the fort there.
Celebration is
So as you can see right now, if you look at the stats, leading in both siege and hero damage, that's how much his abilities can do. Be an incredible damage dealer. And as you can see, he's mounted and running, and I'm still able to use my abilities.
bombs out!
Yep. Hammer that time. And are we gonna get that Zul? Oh, nice, Alpha. Able to drag him right to us. Looks like our Kelva's trying to hit him. Azmodan there. Yep. Quad kill, very nice. Alright, so we can pretty much just push to win here, maybe. Let's see what our team wants to do here. They're just kind of like, let's go the other forts, why not? Maybe want to get the most out of the experience. Heck, we can even try and go get that night camp right there. Probably just solo that if we wanted to. Got my ult. That Zool.
Bombs away!
Mayhem!
Hurry up, Ulf! Alright, so I guess we may as well go turn in our gems that we have. And I expect that these Spider Queens will help us finish this off. Now I'm not sure which is funny, him carrying the horse over his shoulder or him riding this very tiny pony. I know. I don't know which is funnier. Both visuals are just hilarious. Oh, Stitch is trying to use that hook. Got my volley going now. Those hammer.
Bombs away!
GG.
Victory!
Alright, so if I was to decide which of the two I prefer, I think I might lean towards Gall. Partly, you know, I'm not sure if I trust myself with the movement sometimes, but the damage that Gall does is just insane. So, you know, you can see that Gall led in hero damage. Our Zool, of course, outplayed us with siege damage, you know, because he's Zool, you know. But, yeah, if the circumstances are right, and if you have the right players, having Cho'Gall on your team can be pretty awesome, and he's quite a fun experience if you're able to get with a buddy, talk with him, chat with him, and, you know, through the match so you can know what to do. Almost kind of like the actual character. So, I want to thank AlphaMed707, and those of you guys watching, be sure to go check out his Twitch channel. He streams Heroes of the Storm, World of Warcraft, Hearthstone. He's a pretty cool guy. He loves to hang out and chat with anyone in his chat. So, and I want to thank him. Appreciate him helping me out get these videos done. I've been wanting to do these for quite some time, and I was glad I was finally able to do so. So, until then, I hear that the next hero that's going to be coming out for this game is going to be Tracer from Overwatch, which I have pre-ordered, so I'll be able to get early access to her a week before she's made public, and that's when we'll probably try and get a video done of her, see how she is in this game compared to how she is in Overwatch. But until then, I will see you guys next time.